Let's solve numerical related to limiting reagent. Here we are given that P4, that is 1.33 gram of P4 reacts with 5.07 gram of O2 and P4O10 is obtained. Now we are given the both reactants in terms of grams. So the product will be defined on the basis of limiting reagent obtained in the reactant side. So we'll be using molar mass concept to find amount of P4 and O2 and then use this equation to find limiting reagent. Let's do this. Case 1, if we say if you want to find amount of P4, so we can write it as that 1 mole of P4 will give us, that is 31 into 4, that is 4 into 31 gram of P4. So we can obtain 124 gram of P4. Or in reverse order we can say that 124 gram of P4 will give us 1 mole of P4. So 1 gram of P4, it will be 1 by 124 moles of P4. So we have to obtain it for 1.33. So 1.33 gram of P4 will provide us 1.33 upon 124 moles of P4. Finally, on solving this, we'll obtain the amount as 0.010725 moles of P4. Now this is the amount of P4 in terms of moles. Now we have to obtain amount of, that is dioxygen, that is 5 moles of dioxygen. So we can say that is case 2, the 5 moles of O2 will give us 5 into 32 gram of O2. So in the reverse order, multiply it and write in reverse order. So we'll get 160 gram of O2 will give us 5 moles of O2. So 1 gram of O2 will be 5 by 160 moles of O2. So we have to obtain it for 5.07. So 5.07 gram of O2 will give us 5 upon 160 into 5.07, and this will provide the value of about 0.1584 moles of O2. Now here we have obtained the amount of P4 and O2 in terms of moles. Now we have to use this equation to find one amount from P4 or O2 and compare with this to get limiting reagent. Now if the requirement is more or availability is less, so that will be decided as limiting reagent. Now if requirement is less and availability is more, so other part will be limiting reagents. Now let's solve it. Now here we have P4 as 0.010725 moles and oxygen is 0.1584 moles. Now we have to use this equation. From this we can say that it will be case 2. So we can say that 1 mole of P4 will give us 5 mole of O2. Now how much moles of P4 we have? 0.010725. So we'll be using it 0.010725 moles of P4 will give us, that is 5 into 0.010725 moles of O2. On solving, we'll get the amount as 0.0536 moles of O2. Now here the requirement is of 0.0536. So from the above equation we can say that we have this amount of moles of O2. But we know that from 5.07 gram of O2 we obtain 0.1584 moles. So requirement is of this and availability is more. Now here requirement is less than availability, so O2 is excessive reagent. Hence P4 is our limiting reagent. Or simply we can learn that if the amount comes out to be less than earlier, the other part will be limiting reagent. Or we can say that if amount comes out from the equation is lesser than the amount we have obtained in case 1, then that part will be excessive reagent. Another part will be limiting reagent. If amount obtained is more than in case 1, then that part will be limiting reagent. Now here P4 is limiting reagent and this P4 will decide the amount of P4O10 obtained. Now let's use the equation, that is P4 plus 5O2 to obtain P4O10. Now we have to obtain P4O10. So we'll be using this equation. Now P4 is our LR, limiting reagents. So this limiting reagent will decide the amount of product formed. So we'll be using 1 mole of P4 will give us 1 mole of P4O10. Now P4 available is this much, so 0.010725 moles of P4 will give us, it is 0.010725 into 1, and that will give us 0.010725 moles of P4O10. Now this is in number of moles. Now we have to obtain it in grams. So we know that if we have to obtain weight, we'll be using W is equals to N into mm. Here W is amount in grams, N is number of moles, mm is molar mass. So molar mass of P4O10 is, this is 31 into 4 plus 10 into 16. So it is 124, 160, we'll get 284 gram per mole. So on solving we'll get, that is 0.010725 into 284. On multiplying we'll get 3.046 gram of P4O10. So this is the amount of P4O10 obtained over here. So in this way we can solve the numerical. Let's take another question. Now solving more and more question will make easy. So here is our question number 2. Here S2 reacts with OT to give S2. On balancing we'll get 2S2 plus O2 gives 2S2. So 80 gram of dihydrogen is given and 80 gram of O2 is given. Now we have to follow the same procedure as we have done in question number 1. So that will be case 1, and we'll be obtaining amount from, that is number of moles from 80 gram and 80 gram to obtain dihydrogen and O2. So we can simply say 2 moles of S2 give us, that is 2 to the 4 gram of S2. In reverse we can say that 4 gram of S2 will give us 2 moles of S2. So 1 gram of S2 will give us 2 by 4 moles of S2. So for 80 gram of S2 will obtain 2 by 4 into 80, that will be 40 moles of S2. So moles of S2 obtained is 40, that is 40 moles. Now for part 2, that for O2, we see here that 1 mole of O2 will give us 32 gram of O2. So in reverse order, 32 gram of O2 will give us 1 mole of O2. So 1 gram of O2 will give us 1 by 32 moles of O2. So we have to obtain from 80 gram. So 80 gram of O2 will provide us 1 by 32 into 80 moles of O2. So we have to solve it. 8 10 ja 80 and 8 4 ja 32, 2 2 ja 4, 2 5 ja 10. So it is 5 by 2, or we can say that 2.5 moles of O2 is obtained. So we have obtained two things, that is moles of S2 as 40 and moles of O2 as 5 by 2 or 2.5 moles. Now we will be using now part 2, that is case 2. Be using the equation, that is 2S2 plus O2 will give us 2S2O. Now we will compare these two parts to find limiting reagent after comparing this number of moles. Now here 2 moles of S2 gives 1 mole of O2. So 1 moles of S2 will give us 1 by 2 mole of O2. So S2 will be here as 40 moles. So 40 moles of S2 will provide us 1 by 2 into 40, and that will be 20 moles of O2. Now here the requirement comes out to be 20 moles. The requirement of oxygen comes out to be 20 moles, and that of oxygen comes out to be, that is 2.5 moles. So now from here we can say that S2 is excessive reagent and O2 is our limiting reagent. Here requirement is greater than availability. Hence we can say that is 20 moles of O2 is greater than 2.5 moles. Hence O2 is our limiting reagent, and this O2 will decide the product S2O formed. So O2 is our limiting reagent. I will be finding amount of S2O. So we have to, now O2 is our LR. Now we have to use the above equation, that is 2S2 plus O2 to give 2S2O. Now O2 is LR, so we have to compare these two. Now we can say that 1 mole of O2 gives us 2 moles of S2O. Now we have to obtain it from how many moles? That is 5 by 2 moles. So 5 by 2 moles of O2 will give us 2 into 5 by 2. It will cut out, so it will be 5 moles of S2O. That is 5 moles of S2O. Now this is in moles, so we have to find the amount, and that will be N into molar mass of S2O. So it will be 5 into, and molar mass of S2O is 18, 16 plus 2, and we'll obtain 90 gram of S2O. So here we have seen that limiting reagent decides the amount of product formed. Now let's move to next question. Now here it is given that magnesium sulfide is obtained from 2 gram of Mg and 2 gram of sulfur by the reaction. So we have to obtain the limiting reagent, and we have to obtain the amount which is unreacted in the sequence. So we have to decide the limiting reagent first. So we have to use the same procedure as we have done earlier. So we'll be using, that will be case 1. We say that 1 mole of Mg will give us 24 gram of Mg. So in reverse order, 24 gram of Mg will provide us 1 moles of Mg. So 1 gram of Mg will give us 1 by 24 moles of Mg. So we have to obtain it from 2 gram. So 2 gram of Mg will give us 1 by 24 into 2, that is 1 by 12, and on solving 1 by 12 will obtain the value as 0.0833 moles of Mg. So this is for Mg. Now we have to obtain it from sulfur. So we can directly say that 1 mole of sulfur will give us 32 gram of sulfur. So in reverse order, 32 gram of sulfur will give us 1 mole of sulfur. We can compare these two. So 1 gram of sulfur will provide us 1 by 32 mole of sulfur. So we have to find it for 2 gram. So we'll be using it as 2 gram of sulfur will give us 1 by 32 into 2, and we'll obtain 1 by 16 mole of sulfur. On dividing, we'll get 0.0625 moles of sulfur. Now we have obtained two amounts, that is of Mg and S. Now we have to compare these two parts, that is Mg and S, to obtain and compare to find limiting reagent. So let's do it. So we have obtained moles of MgS, that is 0.0833, and moles of sulfur as 0.0625 moles. Now we have to use equation, that is Mg plus S MgS. Now we have to use these two to find limiting reagent. Now 1 mole of Mg will give us 1 mole of sulfur. So 1 mole of Mg will give us 1 mole of sulfur. Now how many moles of Mg is available? That is 0.0833. So we can say that 0.0833 moles of Mg will give us 0.0833 into 1 mole of sulfur. So moles of sulfur obtained is 0.0833. So this is mole of sulfur. Now compare it with moles of sulfur obtained over here. Now we see here that 0.0833 is greater than 0.0625. That requirement is greater than availability. So here sulfur is our limiting reagent. So here sulfur is our limiting reagent. Here the requirement is less than availability, or we can say that amount obtained is greater than 0.0625, hence sulfur is our limiting reagent. So we have obtained the answer as sulfur is our limiting reagent. So sulfur will decide the amount of MgS formed. So let's find out amount of MgS. Now using the equation, here sulfur is limiting reagent, so this will decide the amount of MgS formed. So we can say that from above equation, that 1 mole of sulfur will give us 1 mole of MgS. That is 1 mole of sulfur will give us 1 mole of MgS. So how much sulfur is available to us? That is 0.0625. So 0.0625 moles of sulfur will give us 0.0625 moles of MgS. Now this is in moles. So now we have to obtain it in terms of gram. So W MgS will be number of moles into molar mass of MgS. So it will be given as 0.0625 and molar mass of MgS, as we have written here, it is 56. So we'll multiply it by 56 and we'll obtain it as 3.5 gram of MgS. So this amount of MgS is obtained. Now one part is left. We have to find which part is in excess and by how much. Now let's deal with that. Now here we see that Mg is our excessive reagent, but by how much? So we can compare Mg and S. Here 1 mole of Mg will give us 1 mole of sulfur, but we have to now obtain from Mg, so we can write it as 1 mole of sulfur will give us 1 mole of Mg. Now we have to use amount of sulfur from the above equation. So here it is as 0.0625 of sulfur will give us 0.0625 moles of Mg. So this amount of Mg is available from the data interpreted from this. So this amount is obtained from here. Now how can we find the amount of excess reagent? So that can be done now. We have obtained this amount of 0.065 moles of Mg. Now we have to compare with what? That we have obtained 0.0833 mole of sulfur over here from the above equation. So this is amount of sulfur that is available to us. So we have to compare this part with this part. So both these two, now here it is of sulfur and here it is of sulfur, so it is 0.0625, and at the one place we have obtained that, yeah, we have obtained that mole of Mg is here. So initially available mole of Mg as obtained is 0.0833. Now this amount is consumed in the reaction and this amount is available. Now the difference will give us the amount unreacted. So amount unreacted is 0.0833, that will be moles minus 0.0625, and on solving we'll get, that is, let's find the difference, that is 0.0833 minus 0.0625, 135802, that will be 0.0208. So these moles of Mg is obtained. So we have to find the amount in terms of grams. So W Mg will be N into molar mass of Mg. So this mole is there. So 0.0208 into molar mass of Mg is 24. On solving, we'll get 0.4922 gram of Mg. So on comparing with the equation Mg plus S, and the amount obtained earlier will shows us amount unreacted. So in this way we can get the amount of Mg unreacted obtained. Now let's solve another question. That's the last part of the session. Here we are given that dinitrogen reacts with dihydrogen to produce ammonia. Now we have to find limiting reagent, which is in excess, which part is in excess, and by how much. So let's solve it. So we'll be using the case number 1, that is to find the amount of N2 and S2 and compare with the amount obtained with this equation. So it will be 1 mole of N2 will give us 28 gram of N2, or we can write 28 gram of N2 give us 1 moles of N2. So 1 gram of N2 will give us 1 by 28 mole of N2. So 2000 gram of N2 will provide us 1 by 28 into 2000 moles of N2. So on solving we'll get 14, that will be 1000, this is 500, this is 7. So we'll obtain 500 by 7 moles of N2. So this amount of N2 is obtained over here, and that is 71.428 moles of N2. Now we'll be obtaining the second part of this, that is amount of hydrogen. So we can say that 3 moles of hydrogen will give us 6 gram of hydrogen, or we can say that 6 gram of hydrogen will provide us 3 moles of hydrogen. So 1 gram of hydrogen will provide us 3 by 6 moles of S2. From the question it is given that 1000 gram, so we have to obtain it from 1000 gram. So 1000 gram of S2 will provide us 3 by 6 into 1000 moles of S2. So we'll obtain 500 moles of S2. So we obtained that N2 is 500 by 7 moles, and number of moles of S2 is, that is 1000, so it will be 500 moles. So these two things is obtained. Now we have to compare the equation, and the equation is N2 plus 3S2 gives 2NS3. So we have to compare these two to find limiting reagent. So it is 1 mole of N2 give us 3 moles of S2. Yeah, 3 moles of S2. Now mole of N2 available is 500 by 7, so we say that 507 moles of N2 will give us 3 into 500 by 7, and that will be 1500 by 7 moles of S2. Now on solving it, we'll get, it is 1500 divided by 7, 7 2 ja 15, 7 2 ja 14, 5 is 1 0, 7 1 ja 7, 3 0, 7 4 ja 28, 2, that will be 14. So we'll get about 214.28 moles of S2. Now here S2 obtained is 214.28, but availability is 500. So we see that 214.28 is less than 500 moles,